You're muted, Isaac. Alrighty. Oh, okay. He said he'll be right back and was waiting for a few, but we'll, when Isaac gets back, we'll get this rolling and such. So. I'll put that down there. Yeah, we'll go this route. And as far as that, but the setting for this is that you guys made it back from the ruins area, and that you made it to the front gates of Camisnia there. So as far as that goes, and it was I believe somewhat earlier in the day, not bright morning, but we'll say about midday anyhow, as far as things go. And it's a partly sunny day and like that, and you've had some uneventful travel for the last several miles, possibly contemplating what you've found, saw, felt, and had encountered previously. So as far as that, so let's see here. Hopefully I'm trying to drag this out a bit to give Isaac a chance to get back and like that as far as that. So but it will be all good. You'll see a string of people on the road going into Camisnia. Some are farmers, some are traders, some are merchants. You'll see some guards at the front gate of Camisnia. They're stopping people. They're checking from where you're at. You really can't tell what they're checking for, but you can definitely tell that they're checking for something as far as that. So, and they seem to be asking the people certain questions before getting into the town as far as that. But you haven't seen any real ruckus as of yet. Everything seems to be normal in accordance with some cities and towns, the way the way they handle things, a little more controlled than some of the more open towns that are, or villages. So
nice.
But you also know that there's certain things that may be warranting this, since what you saw up at the ruins, just out in the way, between the battles that was going on out there, that you guys maneuvered your way through to get back to Camisnia.
Nice.
As far as that, yes. Let's see here. Where is that? I bring up that one map. I gotta find it here. Should have had that already brought up, but surely didn't. So, okay, there it is. Alrighty, I'll be able to, in a second, have that on up. go. Is that? And then I will bring this up here. And let's, well, share that right there. And, oh, why did that do that? I don't want that. Okay, back there. Right there's the one I want. Okay. And I want to get up the annotate right here. Boom. And I want to, let's see here. Move this bar up over here a ways. And then yeah, right there is a better view. Where you guys have traveled from here to right here. Is where we're starting the game. As soon as Isaac gets back here. Oh, you're here? Okay, great. And did you get any of the, what I was prepping
a little bit.
bubblegum with?
A little bit. The gate was being like watched.
Okay.
People were coming in and they were checking people.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So you got the majority of it then, as far as that. So as far as that, so it's about midday over, partly cloudy, partly sunny, depending on half full, half empty. Look on things.
Exactly. Yeah. My character's an optimist, so partly cloudy.
Yeah. So let's see here. A bit of heat here. Alrighty. And you see these merchants and farmers and peasants and traders all being checked, going on in, asking for certain things. And you're far enough away where you're really not noticing it at this time. But as you get up closer, say there's a merchant with a cart of stuff with an oxen in front of you, and it looks like a couple farmers up in front of them. You see that they're asking. They seem to be asking for some papers to start with, because they're not yelling it, but they're loud enough where you guys, it's not a hard passive perception to gain that. So you hear that, so that you can be thinking about that. The farmers show this piece of paper to the two guards. This merchant, and they let them the farmers go on into the city. The merchant gets up there. The guards ask the same thing. The one guard stays up there talking to the merchant. The other guard is going through, checking the cart, what's in it and around it, inspecting it. As far as that, taking his sword and poking in and around on certain areas that and kind of flipping things over, not trying to get too intrusive and causing too much damage, but as far as that, and this merchant starts questioning the guard that's asking for this paperwork. As far as that, and
questioning why they need the paperwork, or
yes,
about something else. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Is it possible? Well, so
give me a perception check.
Okay.
And then I'll go from there as far as how much of the conversation you really overhear.
Right.
Okay.
And my character is definitely interested in that conversation. And with that -1, I have an 18.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do any better. I get +2.
Woohoo!
I don't even do any better.
You must be gazing off someplace else as far as that. But yes, you there, Isaac. You hear the merchant asking, I've been down here before and I never had to have anything like this. Why now? What has changed? Why do I have to have this warrant to let me on in? And the guard says, because we're in turbulent times right at the moment, and we have to make sure that all that come on into the city have a reason and have been vetted to be not a threat to Camisnia. And so there's that conversation back and forth, and the let's see, and the merchant is trying to persuade the guard, but the guard doesn't have much of it. So he tells the guard, he tells the merchant, you need to go up there to the right on the other side of the gate as you first go in, and you have to see the sergeant of the guard and see if he will go ahead and give you clearance papers to go on in. You can park your cart right out here next to the wall, and if you get your papers, then you can come back, get your cart, and we'll let you on in. And he says, move on. We have, as you can see, quite a line of people we have to process here. So up you guys come to him, and the two guards.
No, hold up for a second.
Okay.
There's two of us.
Yep.
There's a line.
Yep.
We're hearing this merchant who's basically right in front of us.
Yep.
And Epoch's first thought is that he might have some things that he doesn't want the guards to search.
Okay.
And his second thought is that as an entertainer, he has a second identity.
Okay.
Actually, that might not have been in it. Actually, no, never mind. That's not true. As an entertainer, he knows how to disguise himself into other identities.
All right.
So what I'm wondering as the player, I feel like I know the answer to this, but we'll see. Do I have the papers that these guards are looking for already?
No, you wouldn't have them at this juncture.
That's fair. Okay. So this is a very recent thing.
Very recent. You would give me either a wisdom or an intelligence check. Your choice.
Sure. Yeah. I guess I go intelligence.
Yeah, because it can go on. It can go on either side of the house with what I'll bring here if you.
Nope. I don't know it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Unless the DC's 3.
No. It was kind of low, but it wasn't quite that low.
Yeah.
as far as that.
So probably what happens here is Epoch says, "Wait here," to Bubblegum.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna go get both of us papers.
Okay.
Just don't interact with the guards. I'll interact with them and we'll keep going.
Okay.
As you don't say nothing to the guard.
So I'll be. So this is before we've interacted with them. I'm having Bubblegum basically step out of line, not in the criminal way, but the other way.
No, I'm tracking what you're.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take an insignia I have, kind of hidden in a pocket, and I'm going to cast Silent Image on it to look like a different insignia. And the insignia is going to be the Unnamed Adventuring Guild.
Okay.
It's the guild that I got this job from, basically.
Yeah.
And it's not even real. It's not even like an official. I'm not looking for anything official in the sense that like it would have some sort of weight. I'm just looking for the symbol that people would recognize on like the sign or something.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I do as I step up. I just kind of put it back in the pocket.
What's your spell DC?
It is 15.
15.
Like, I'm not showing this to them. I'm just producing it on it and putting it in there so that.
Okay, that's no problem. And so you're not interacting with the two guards. You're just going straight to the.
No. I am. Bubblegum is standing off to the side. I walk as if I'm ready to be checked going through.
Okay.
If they let me through, that's fine.
They'll halt you and ask for your warrants of entrance.
I say I do not have a warrant of entrance.
And then the one that seems to be taking on the leader role between the two will ask, "What's your business here?"
I am here to deliver something of importance.
To whom? He'll ask.
He kind of thinks about that and he says, he would say, to whatever the Wizards Guild is called here in Camisnia. I always forget what name they used. It's a glyph. It's a important glyph.
Roll a, I guess a deception. Deception.
I'll take deception.
Okay, but I'm trying to think if it's really deception because
it's going to be the same modifier either way.
In the sense, it's not. It's not. You're really not trying to deceive them.
No.
So it would be maybe more.
Well, actually, I'm going to put this out here.
Okay.
Performance to seem normal, to not attract their attention.
Okay.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah, I'll work with that.
11. I'm glad I pushed for that extra +2.
Okay, well, and they'll say, well, you got to have papers. We have some turbulent events that are happening out and around in the wilderness and such, and we've had to install some safety control modes to protect the citizenry here. If you don't have the warrants, then you'll need to go to the guardhouse and get them. As far as that.
That seems very reasonable. Do you know how much it costs for them?
No, that's beyond my station.
No problem.
Just see the sergeant and the guard up up at the guardhouse there, just as you go on in. Do you have anything to declare?
To what would I declare?
Oh, I don't know. Do you? He's just. It seems like he's going off a standard set of questions.
Right. And he's like, and I'm like, I declare that I'm a entertainer.
Okay. Yeah, and he'll hand wave you and point you off to that way. He is the Areawood version right now of the TSA.
Yeah, I know. I know all too well. So yeah, I go. Oh yeah, and long story short, I go to this guy and I purchase 2 papers for myself and a friend, depending on how.
All right, and there's a human in there that's the sergeant of guard. You see the merchant that was before you. He lays out a gold piece, gets these warrants, and goes on out. He's grumbling a little bit because he tried he tried to haggle on down on the price, but couldn't get it on down, and so he just begrudgingly, not too boisterously, goes on out, and you see him leave.
He's complaining about his profit margins.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing. And then the sergeant of the guard will turn to you. What can we do for you? What's
I wish to purchase 2 warrants to enter the city. Warrants for 2 people, or a single warrant for 2 people, if that's appropriate.
Well, what's your? I only see you. Where's the other?
The other person will be coming later. I happen to arrive first, and I didn't know that these warrants were a thing. They seem recent.
Yes, we've had some attacks upon our citizens and farmers in the outreach of Camisnia. There's been some wild bands of orcs that have been attacking the outreach, and somewhat they seem like they're trying to close off the road and such things, and
seems dreadful. Well, I hope things get resolved quickly.
And like that. But what's your business? You and your other individuals' business?
Well, so I'm an entertainer. I'm not a particularly good one. Most people don't like bagpipes, but I am an entertainer nonetheless. My friend is a
blacksmith.
Yes. Well, you're not there to tell me that. But I say is a dwarven smith. I think they do some magic stuff as well. Then they have some glyphs that are of interest for the whatever the Wizards Guild here is. Perhaps the Bards College. I don't know what your academics are here in the town.
Well, we have both here, along with we think a fair library here with some sages. If you can get them to speak, a lot of times they seem older than the tomes that they seem to be reading or researching, or at least they act that way. He'll say,
suppose so, yeah.
I don't understand those types. I mean, it's beyond the reach of my grasp. But if that's what they like, they prefer those things rather than some good drink and good food and good entertainment of buxom and lively type. Then so be it. Who am I to judge? As long as they don't stop mine, he'll say, and he'll give a light chuckle behind it, and he'll say, "Okay, So you said yourself and a dwarf, right?
Myself and a. So my character thinks about this and goes, "Isn't she a gnome?" And then, and then says, uh, "I." Her name is Bubblegum. It should be obvious. She has pink hair.
I've never seen. Now you said a dwarf here just a bit ago. Now,
Definitely shorter. Might just be a very tall gnome.
now, you know,
I mean, if that changes the price,
who are you working for or with? It sounds to me that you may have less than honorable intentions here and trying to sell me a story or two.
Well, I am a bard. If I was trying to sell you a story, I assure you the price would be a bit more expensive. But no, I work for myself. There are there are organizations I've worked with, the Unnamed Adventuring Guilds, the Bards College.
What Bard College?
Oh, up in Ironwood. You know, the one up there. I'm mostly from the north. I don't really know anything local here, but
let me see here. High or low?
High. Always high.
Oh, no. He rolled low, but he says I know nothing of this Ironwood that you talk about, but I've lived and served my whole life here, just in Camisnia, and maybe a day's trek outside of it. I think the largest trek I've made is to the outpost out on the road there.
Yes, I believe I passed by that. Yes, I believe I did.
And such. So I know not of this Ironwood that you talk about. The Unnamed Adventurers Guild, though, we do see quite a few of them that come through, and they seem to have helped Camisnia in certain ways. So, and he's going to get down, and he's going to kind of squint towards you. But a learned fellow such as you don't know the difference between a gnome and a dwarf? He's saying that in a question kind of statement, like he's fishing to catch you on another hook.
Right. I say I wouldn't call myself a scholar.
Aren't all, he'll say, aren't all bards scholars? At least they seem scholarly to me. Don't you go to...
Oh, I apologize if that was what I implied. No, I'm an entertainer. I play music. I'm a performer.
You are? Well,
yes.
Can you play me a little bit of something?
Do you like bagpipes?
Well, some like them, some don't. But I'm not here to judge what I like.
I go into my backpack and start pulling out these bagpipes.
Okay. And he's just wanting to verify that you are an entertainer of a sort anyways.
Yes.
So roll me a performance check.
Is a performance check or bagpipes check?
Well, you're using your performance for your bagpipes, right?
I have both.
Yeah, but
All right, I'll take performance.
well, I'm just saying they both should be driven off. Is your bagpipes a little better?
They're the same number.
Okay, because if the bagpipes was better, I'd tell you, yeah, okay, bagpipes.
Okay, sure. Well, performance was a 9.
Was a 9.
Yes.
He'll look at you, he'll squinch and like that, and you can tell he's really not overly thrilled with it, but he will say to you, you are an entertainer of a sort. I don't know if it's I don't know if that's how I want to try to put bread and meat upon my table and try to survive on from what I've heard here, but you play better than I could myself, and you do show that you, I guess, can call yourself an entertainer. That'd be, and he'll say, that'd be 3 copper pieces apiece for both of them. And I hope your gnome dwarf or dwarf gnome friend can shoe horses better than you can play. Maybe he or she will make sure you have at least some day-old bread on the table.
Yes, I agree, and I hope so. And I hand him 6 copper pieces.
Okay. And he'll send you on the way, and he'll say, where do you plan on playing as you're going out the door?
Is there an inn in town?
We have several.
Point me at the one that would enjoy bagpipe music. I'm thinking Sailor, but that isn't really where Camisnia is located. So those kinds.
Well, it is on the river. That's a pretty good river. But he'll say, I don't know. You can try any of them, but the Boar's Head.
Not the Boar's Head. Got
yes, it. Because that's where I go.
I accept this offer. And then I leave with my 2 warrants.
All right.
And then, so I leave the house and then go to leave the city proper, meet up with Bubblegum outside, and then head back in line to get through the second time.
And you run, you go to Bubblegum. Is there Bubblegum? What have you been doing during this time? And do you have any questions for your illustrious entertainer?
Basically, during the time that he went in, she's been collecting or buying from the merchant some scraps of metal. Basically, she's trying to she's looking she'll probably talk to either the guard or someone who has broken armor or broken bits of sword, or basically just anything that is she's after that. So she'll probably either talk to the guard or the merchant.
The guards are very mission focused. They're gonna the one that's the leader is. Do you got a warrant or not? If not, then step out of line. I got work to do, and the other one will be saying, "No, this way, little girl, this way, over here." and they don't have any broken armor on them, and they're only dressed in leather anyways. But
okay, what about
the merchants that are coming on through, if you're addressing them, a lot of them are more finished product. As far as that, there may be some pots and pans and things of such, but a lot of others are footwear, leather, some brushes, mirrors, and such like that. None of them really have broken stuff.
Okay, all right. Okay, I will ask. I'll ask. The merchants, have they been to this town before?
And how many merchants are you going to ask? You got about enough time to ask with everything that you're doing there. Maybe 2, 3 tops.
I'll go for 2 people.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh. Okay. Damn, that ain't good. Both of them will say to you that really not sure. I only come through here maybe once every 2 months. The other one will say, been working hard, and he's from here, but he's from out away from the city with his own house and shop area. And he says, I've been working real hard on these skins, tanning them, and some of this carpenter, these benches and like that, and just coming on into town. I don't know what's going on, but I've never seen it like this.
Well, she says, I'm a blacksmith. She says, as you can see, she's got this big giant, like those, I don't know if you ever seen like a wrench or like one of those wrenches that you use on your car with a big, this big giant wrench. Basically, she's carrying this, like she's leaning on a massive wrench, which is her weapon.
Yep, box and wrench.
Yep. Basically, she has her weapon. Her weapon is a giant wrench, but she does have like tools on her, and she's got it around her waist. Like she's got this like tinkering tool set on her like hip, and then on her back she's got like a hammer and bits of bobs sticking out of a bag, which is the blacksmith tool set she's got on her, and she's like, she hasn't got her dog yet because I need to make it.
Which is probably a good thing you said that, but
yeah,
as far as all that, because the city may have been getting a little richer.
No, not really. Basically, I wanted to make it in game because
that's no problem. I'm just saying that if you had it bringing it on in, there may have been a pet tax.
No. Besides, it's not a pet. It's basically a mechanic.
Oh, I strongly suspect the guards would have taken the dog-shaped robot as a pet.
That's what I was going to say. It's all perspective. You can spin it whichever way you want to try to spin it and influence the guards, but how they and it would all be how things worked out through the dice. But I'm just saying, just because you don't think it's a pet, they may call it a pet so they can
make
do their job. Yes, and those taxes do go to help support their salaries.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure. There's no double standard there.
No, but that's just the feel. You would know certain things like that. That's all. And I'm just saying, good that you told me that, so I know which direction.
No, basically, I wanted to make my pet in game.
And
Yeah, because I thought it'd be more interesting because I've been traveling with the bard, and it doesn't give, and basically we haven't encountered that much metal objects, so that's why she's after scraps of metal.
Yep, and that's not a problem. No, I appreciate that as far as that. But right now, all I need to know is you don't have it with you, so you guys met on up. You've been asking, you come up empty-handed on what you were looking for, and you see your partner in crime standing there coming towards you, looking to give you a patent or a warrant.
Yep.
Oh, hello. Oh, she sort of opens up and says, "Please and thank you. How much?"
I laugh and I say, no, nothing, effectively.
Okay, thank you.
Damn.
She takes it and says, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate your generosity. I shall return the favor one day for you. I shall make something for you if I get the time."
Sure.
Actually, I can.
Let's see if we can get this these symbols in in through the gates.
Sure.
All right. You the guard. You get back in line. You get up to the guard. The guard looks at your patents, waves you on, and such. And so you enter through the city wall, past the sergeant of guard's house to your left. You have the street before you, and you have houses and shops on both sides. There, once you get in, you hear a lot of noise. You have the smell of a city there of between the beast of burdens that have come in through here and horses and like that, the dung that's hit the streets. You have the smell of the river coming on up, pulling some of the marshy smell up with it from the marsh. Let's see here. I'll put that and share that back up so we can, and let's see exactly. God, there we go. There we go. And no, I didn't want that one. I want this one. Yeah. And with that, these are all marshes here, back here. So you get the whiff of that coming across, and this is fresh water coming on up through here where the city is on that river. There, it definitely has some unique smells of the water itself, between a fishy kind of smell from possibly some fishmongers that have thrown their refuse off into the river to get rid of it easier, and such. You hear the crowds hawking about between vendors trying to sell their goods. You hear them yelling out like in most open air markets, and then as you go by some of the shops, you'll see a young lad or so standing out there trying to get you to go on into the shop there and such. So you have this city-like environment that's going on there, and with it being about midday or so, maybe a little after that, by the time you got done with all your patents and things and getting back through, that's what you're seeing. The streets themselves are fairly crowded. You do get bumped once in a while by beast of burden, by people and such, because it is a busy time right now.
Yeah. So probably what I try to do. Actually, the first thing that I do is I say, Bubblegum, do you know the city well? Do you know the streets of the city?
I know dwarven cities, but not human or elven cities. I mean, I come from a sort of like I'm a sort of rock gnome. I come from a rockery sort of terrain, like the mountains and like where dwarfs and giants and and goats live, type thing. And yeah, basically I live in a little live in a little underground really with dwarfs. So that's why that's why I'm quite quite friendly towards them. I guess if they're friendly towards me, depending on their behavior, how well they are.
If you could,
so no is the answer.
Okay. If both of you could, and over in the chat, just go ahead and put what your passive perception is.
Sure.
Okay.
Put your name and then what your passive perception is.
Character's name or my name?
Character's name or your name, it doesn't matter. I'll work with both.
Okay.
Whichever is easiest.
Why not? All right. Put my passive perception as a human being and my character's passive perception down.
All right.
And then probably, because here's the thing, Epoch is going to be super suspicious of pickpockets.
All right.
But has very bad perception.
Yeah.
Or at least in his mind, he has very bad perception. So he probably decides alleyways where less people are is the better route.
And if someone tries to sneak up on me, I'm alert.
You can be as alert as what you want to be. You got all kinds of activity around you right at the moment.
Yeah. So not knowing where the Wizards Guild is, or anything like that, he heads into the alleyways in an attempt to get away from the bustle of people.
Okay.
And generally makes his way toward the center of town. He figures, worst case scenario, he goes up to the keep and is like, hey, we got something that might be important.
You go...
I'm gonna cast before we go anywhere or walk anywhere, I'm going to cast a spell on myself.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What is that spell?
I'm going to cast Alarm.
I'm pretty sure that would be very unhelpful.
Not really. Basically, if anyone...
Well, so read the spell.
It's not going to act with the intent that you want, David, is what I think is the point.
Yeah. You may set an alarm against unwilling set an alarm against unwielding instrument calls like a door, window, or any area within range, no longer than 20-foot cube, until the spell ends. An alarm alters your wearer and tiny or large creature touch or entires the ward area. Basically, I can cast it on my bag where the strip is, where you open it. Yeah, because it does cast as an open patchment. Yeah, right. Yeah, because it is an open patchment. So I cast alarm on the open patchment to my bag, and if anyone tries to open it or goes into it, the alarm will go off. And it lasts for 8 hours.
Well, you're good.
It would be up to Charles if he considers the opening of a bag something like a door or a window.
And
it also takes a minute to cast, or 11 minutes if it's ritually cast.
But what I am going to do is you went ahead and you went ahead and cast that, and you chose your backpack.
Yes, basically where all my tools are.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically where all my tools are and all my gear is.
Yep. And that's all fine and good. Mark that off your.
Okay. And also I put my purse in there as well, my gold purse in there as well.
Okay. And
so everything is in my backpack, and it's like, and I pull the strap, pull the leather strap or the buckle really tight, and put it on.
And when you cast it, it was for any creature that touched it, right?
Anyone apart from myself who touches it, it will go off.
Okay. So, and now, how are you making this alarm? Is it mental or is it audible?
Basically, if someone touches it, like a little bell goes off in my mind.
All right, so it's a mental one. Okay. As you're going down the street, your mind is, you have this ding, ding, ding constantly going off in your mind.
Okay. I just make sure that it's like, go away from my bag, leave my bag alone. Making sure that like no one touches it.
There is, you have the carts touching it. You have the beast of burdens touching it. Like I said, you're being shuffled around. This is a very crowded street, so it's constantly alarming and pinging in your mind and such.
Yeah, now, for 8 hours.
And well, for at least this stretch of busy street where you're at. But the thing is during this time, because of that, you'll have disadvantage on your perception.
Sure. I mean, it does last for 8 hours, so.
Well, right. Yeah, but that's fine. There's no issue with that. It's just setting up so you understand how it's going to work for you.
Right.
Yeah. I just don't want my bag to be stolen. Like last time.
When Epoch goes into the alleyways, two things. One, he wants Bubblegum to come with him. Probably starts to drag you off to the side.
Yeah,
Two, are the alleyways any less busy?
They are a little less busy. You do have people going up and down, up and down them, because some of them.
Same idea. Yeah.
Similar idea, and you have what appears to be urchins. Some urchins sitting there, beggars that are grabbing onto you. Asking for a bronze or for a copper or for silver. There's a couple, that scenario that's going on down through this alleyway. So yeah, you're still getting pinged there, Bubblegum.
Yeah.
Your mind it's still going ping, ping, ping in your mind.
But
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, that's better in Epoch's mind. So yeah, that back alley
Yes,
is better.
but you got these guys going through this. At this time of day, you haven't run across the type of clientele that would make better use of these in darker times.
Right.
As far as that, because it's still, like I say, it's you're figuring it's like 1 o'clock or so, and in the afternoon, partly sunny, so visibility is fairly good.
Yeah.
So you're going down, as you're going down this alleyway, you see that it cuts out to another street.
Yeah,
And you
trying to head toward the center of town. So
and
if many of
you're
the streets I imagine head straight there, but I'm like, oh, this alleyway goes between them. Oh, cut across this alleyway. Like doing this weird circle-y thing.
and you
Get there.
get to and as you get to the end of that alleyway, and you can go either right or you can go left.
Is there a direction that the walls are that I can see?
As you come on out and you look to the right, you can see the wall down probably about 2/3 of a block away, because you've only gone about that in until you hit that alley to get and to try to get away from the crowds and such, as bad as they were.
Is there a wall to the left as well?
No, to the left there's
Then
another a little smaller street, not like the main street, but still a fair street, and it's
yeah,
to the left.
I had left,
And you'll see a sign. You'll see a sign
Mm-hmm.
up above this doorway that says that has a picture that looks to be like a drunken cat.
Okay. I turn to Bubblegum and I say, do we want to ask where we need to get to?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And
ladies first, and I open the door for you.
Okay. I sort of like walk in with my bag, make sure that all my stuff is there, not being stolen.
Your arms, it's in front of you. Your arms are
yeah. Like I'm hugging it in front of my chest, and I walk in.
And I'll follow behind.
Okay, and you'll see that at this hour of the day that they're fairly busy. You see 23 people in there, not counting a waitress that's working rather heavily. Okay. And you see this hairy bartender.
Okay.
That looks like a large ocelot. I was going to say leopard, but ocelot.
All right. I approach the bartender or the actual stall in front of the bar and climb it, type thing. Pull myself up,
roll athletics check to get up on that stool.
You can get up on the stool. I'm not going to be that big.
I know. That's the point.
But it's going to be fun. It's going to be funny enough.
And I sort of like tap the table unit. Say, bartender.
You're up at the bar, and you got your bag in front of you, right? That's what you said.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
I'll walk over and sit near any other empty stools that are on the bar.
The dinging's not going off in your head anymore at the moment. And the bartender, the ocelot, comes on over, And he goes ahead and he leans over and he puts his forearm on top of your bag and says, "What can I get you?" And your brain is going ding 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 ding.
Okay, I move the bag and I sort of swing it over my back, and I say to the ocelot, "Greetings, honourable bartender. I would
Honorable?
Whoa!
You don't know me. I work for a living. We serve hard drinks to hard-working folk here. What can I get you? We're not about misimpress."
Aye. Very well. My respectable, hard-working, grind-spitting bartender then. I would like a nice a ale, please.
An ale, huh?
Yes, please.
I thought you came here to drink.
Yes, a ale.
I serve ale to my kits when they're suckling.
A ale, please. She puts a silver piece on the table.
Hey, okay. He'll get you an ale. He'll scarf up the silver piece, bring you back a pint of ale.
Mm-hmm. And I say to him, "Thank you. Tell me, I'm after some information. Good, respectable, hard-working bartender."
I told you we're here for hard drinks. We're not here to fluff your tough. So either drink hearty, enjoy your ale. I'm here for work. I'm not some fancy pants scribe. I'm not some fancy pants sage or some fluff and tough noble. This is not the place for those sorts. And for your short little self, I wonder why you're here.
What? I just want to get some general information. Can you tell me where I can find the city's information desk? I'm looking for something.
Yes, he'll say.
Whereabouts is it? Can you give me directions?
Yes, he'll say.
Yeah, and then cough them up. Then cough up the directions, and I'll give you a silver piece.
And he'll look at you sideways. He'll do a little bit of almost a purr or a tiger's little low rumble and thinking. And you're hearing all this
Epoch
tavern noise going on. And Epoch, you're hearing this because the ocelot is not being quiet because it is loud in here.
Oh, for sure.
And so you will have no problem in the sense of hearing basically his canned response.
Yep.
Well, if you tell me the information, I'll give you the silver piece for your hard work. There you go.
And he's looking down. He's looking down at the counter.
Mm-hmm. I put the silver piece on the counter, but I hold on to it until he tells me the information.
And he'll start walking down the other end of the counter to another customer to serve them on up. As far as that,
does he go over to me or does he go over to somebody else?
If you're sitting right next to him or close to him, and he hasn't served you, he'll go over to you. What?
Honestly, was busy enough. I assumed almost all the bar stools were full, so I just picked whatever one was empty.
We'll say you're within a bar stool.
All right.
As far as that.
Yeah. So when he comes over,
I turn to the bard and say, "Well, I'm afraid we can't get any information from this bar. It looks like they are a bunch of arseholes."
And
I look over at the pink hair gnome and I say, strongest drink, most expensive drink.
Well, we have our house special. It's mother's milk.
I say, it better be goat.
No.
All right, fine. I'll take the house special.
All right, and he'll go and you'll see this big wooden cask with a spigot on it. He opens it on up when there's a big mosque size wooden mug there, and that he fills on up. He brings it on over. He sets it on down, and he's looking for payment.
I say, well, how big is it?
It's a mosque, a liter. A mosque is a liter.
I'll give him a silver piece.
He'll take it, no problem. And then he'll say, "Enjoy. It's our specialty. We make it daily."
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to take a con save and die.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't even drink it yet. I just look at it.
That's why I don't trust the GA with drinks anymore. I just buy the I buy the shittiest drink ever.
All right. So what are you doing,
hold up real quick. Yeah, trying to think of how Epoch would react to this.
Okay.
Whole situation.
I mean, you could probably drink it if you.
So what Epoch says to the bartender, "Hey, I'm looking for a place that might have a stage for entertainers. You know of any fancy pants inns like that?"
He'll say, "Yep."
I say, besides the Boar's Head.
Yep.
Do they serve mother's milk with goat there?
Nope. The only place you can get mother's milk here is at the Drunken Cat.
Actually, I was going to ask about that. I haven't seen your kind at all in these areas. Is that
We have them come through once in a while.
Okay. And I'm just going to down this liter of fermented milk.
All right. It's sweet, but give me a con save.
Yep.
We told you.
22.
All right. You hold it down. You don't throw it up because it is a bit sour.
Yeah, I hold it down and I go, it's got to be made of goat. And then I just walk off.
As far as that, but you might be feeling maybe the onstart of maybe a touch of a buzz because you slammed it.
Yep.
But That's
I'm just sipping mine. Sip little tiny sips of my ale. Very, very
okay.
small.
So you guys are just there. Yeah.
No, I leave.
All right. Where did you leave to?
I look for a different. I continue toward the center of town. Like,
I'll go follow then if he's leaving.
Okay.
you know,
And give me both of you. Give me perception checks. And yeah, David. Yeah, yours isn't with disadvantage yet because you haven't hit. Nobody's touched it again.
Okay.
well, my perception sucked, so that seems about right.
Yep. I got a 2, so I sucked.
All right. Well, there goes that piece. Slide to the left. All right. You end up. You go out the door. You have the street that goes to the right. You'll see the off to your right, the alleyway that you come out of. You'll see the wall down that way.
I keep heading down toward the center of town.
All right. As you turn, you hit. You go down probably about 3 buildings, and then you come to a street that bisects the street that you're going. The traffic's going up and down that.
And yeah, as before, if it gets busy, I just slip into an alleyway and try to make my way away from people.
Well, right here, there's not an alleyway.
Okay,
because you're at like a 4-way.
I see.
And how long have we been walking around for?
Well, you came into town. You went down there. You found you had a drink. We'll say you've been an hour or so, maybe a little bit over. So okay, it's about 2:15 in the afternoon.
Okay, that's fine enough. My spell is still going.
Yeah, that's going to be going for the rest of the session, pretty much.
Yeah,
unless you fall asleep somewhere. Yeah, I'm looking for things that might look like taverns, things that might look like inns. Things that might look like guard posts.
I'm gonna look for some dwarfs.
Just generic dwarfs. They might be around, just walking through the city.
All right. Yeah, you do. You do still have your tool belt on, correct?
Yes, it's in my bag. Yes.
Oh, but it's not on. Ooh, fancy.
Basically, the only thing that I carry is my big giant spanner, which is my weapon.
And all right, but where are you carrying that?
Right. So my big giant spanner is in my hand, basically, in front of me, and everything else is in my backpack.
All right. All right. All righty. And as far as as you come down to that 4-way, you'll see some dwarves that are traveling down the main road, and 1 or 2 that are down that goes where at the 4-way, that other road that bisected the one that you're going seems to bisect the main road, and you'll see maybe a couple there.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna speak Dwarven and sort of greet them. I say, greetings and salutations, dwarfs of the hills or the mountains, wherever wherever you may came from.
So you went down into the main street?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you have a lot of dinging going off in your head right now. Mm-hmm. But the one that you're trying to make contact with will turn and talk to you.
I do not follow.
Okay.
Yeah. I sort of say, excuse me, my respectable and hard-working dwarf. My name is Bubblegum. I am a blacksmith. I am looking for the local blacksmith around here, or a place where I can buy some scraps of metal, and also looking for a wizard's guild. I was wondering, how well do you know this town?
And they'll look you over. Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm going to spend one of my advantages to get a advantage roll on that.
All right.
All right, so I got a 13.
Okay. And he'll say, well, there, pink one. Never seen the like of you. Where are you from?
I am from the rocky terrains of the hills in this area. I am a rock gnome. I come from a very small little village in the mountains where most of the dwarfs and gnomes live, and giants, of course, which is very scary indeed. And I have travelled here to with something very important to give to a wizard, but also I have come here to look for work working with a fellow blacksmith as well.
And he'll say, I've never seen a rock gnome that looked anything like you. But if you go down to Wharf Street, you might find some work down there. And if you go over to Wizard's Walk, you might find Dumdar. He's a wizard that may entertain one such as you.
Excellent. I pull out a silver piece and I give it to him and say, thank you so much for your information. I really appreciate it.
All right, he scurries off. Epoch.
Yep.
I tell Epoch.
Now, you guys are separated at the moment.
Yep.
Okay. Oh.
That's why I'm going back to Epoch to find out while you were doing this, what he was doing.
Okay.
So I don't leave Bubblegum.
Yeah.
But I don't follow her into the busy crowd.
Okay.
So instead, what I'm doing is I'm basically getting out of the way of anybody who moves, in the sense of like getting to a corner and or maybe even going over to a shop to kind of look at the wares, but not really, just kind of like be off to the side.
Okay. What side?
And I'm watching Bubblegum.
Okay. What side of the street?
Whatever side allows me to be out of the way of people, best.
All right. We'll say the far side there, like you cross the street. You're on the other side of the corner of the intersection.
Sounds about right.
As far as that, roll me a perception check for watching Bubblegum.
Six.
Okay, and then you'll notice where you're standing there. You look through the window and you can see it looks like a lot of books.
Ooh. I'll wait for Bubblegum.
Okay. All right, back to Bubblegum.
Okay, so I sort of like go and try and find my bardic friend.
All right.
I raise a hand. Like, I'm not trying to hide.
No,
Okay.
But it is a crowded street. She is small. Give me a perception check to see her hand. Epoch's hand.
All right. Okay. Wish me luck.
I am
with disability. Disadvantage.
Okay, a 7.
Okay, you're not really seeing Bubblegum Sam. Not Bubblegum. You're not seeing Epoch Sam.
Sorry, I got 7 plus my perception in it. 7 plus my perception of 2, so 7, 8, 9. 9.
As I said, you're not really seeing. There's just a lot of humans, a lot of beasts and crates that are going on by. So you're not. You don't really have a line of sight that you're catching it. You see a couple hands that are out there. You may have an idea or a plausible was he was or she was just there type of feeling.
Right, yeah. Like, you get this, you're like, oh, yeah, he's right behind me. Turn around.
Yeah.
He's not right behind me. And then you look around and you're like, where did he go?
Yeah. I look for, like, a shop, like a big, the nearest shop towards me. And, like, I start slowly heading towards there.
Okay, and you're having all this dinging going off in your head, as far as that.
Yeah, I check it every so often. If it keeps on going off, I just check it, make sure that no one's, see if there's any hands or anyone trying to grab it.
All right. And what? Damn, I would have loved the other that I wasn't giving myself disadvantage. You saw a hand. I mean, he rolled this bad on this with disadvantage. You saw a hand reach on up and try to take your hammer out of your that was sticking out of your backpack.
Okay. I'd sort of like, hey, and I sort of push it into the bag a bit deeper, type thing.
Okay.
And then like make sure like it's and walk towards the shop, type thing, and like and sort of stand like my back against the wall, against the shop, type thing, like let people pass, and hopefully might see the bard.
You get over to the other corner, you'll see it's like looking from one end of the block to the other end on the same side, we'll say. You'll definitely be able to see Epoch there, even with the traffic is lighter on that road there. And as far as that, you can see Epoch standing there looking like he was trying to find you. The hand is up in the air waving.
Epoch, my friend, I got some information to share with you.
There's a bookstore behind me. We could try asking there as well.
Okay. As I follow him into the bookshop, I say, well, there is a wizard's walkway, which and there's we can go to find the wizards, and basically there's another walkway where I've been told by a dwarf where there is some work for blacksmiths and stuff like that. But yeah, let's go into this bookshop.
Did he tell you the direction for either of those things?
No, nope.
All right.
Did you ask? Nope.
Nope. Well, I'll look around for whoever owns the bookstore. I actually also want to see how busy it is in here.
It's not real busy. There looks like there's a old or older gnome sitting behind the counter.
Okay. I say hello, gnomish.
And
hello.
Yeah, he doesn't respond back very quickly. And then after about what you may perceive as 5 minutes, but really it's not, he looks on up and says, oh, welcome to my store. We have books of all kinds here. And they're wonderful books. They tell stories of stories. They're grand. They're magical. They'll tell you everything. They'll take you places. A wealth of knowledge.
Excellent. I'd like to buy a map of the town.
I don't sell maps.
You're a bookstore.
I sell books.
I have a book of the town then. They might have instructions of a map in it then. Aha.
Well, you might look over and over in that far corner and that pile over there. You might find something over there that will help you.
Okay.
As far as that, that's
I say to him,
that may help you. That's on some old old city history, and they maybe have a map. He's fingering his upper lip and drawing his finger down and shucking his glasses up on the bridge of his nose a little bit. And he looks like he's really kind of anxious to get back to what, as you come closer, you notice he was reading a book.
Can I tell what sort of gnome he is?
Yeah, I guess so.
Is he a deep gnome, a forest gnome, or a rock gnome like myself?
Well, he would appear to be a bit strange, but let's see here. And
being a gnome myself, would I know about other gnomes like rock gnome, other frost gnomes?
You'll know of them. Why wouldn't you? Because they all kind of.
Unless they're just really exotic to you, like a deep gnome you might be like, what kind of gnome is that?
Yeah, true.
Well, he's saying he's a deep gnome, right? That bubblegum is.
A rock gnome is not a deep gnome.
I'm a rock gnome.
Oh, I thought you said deep gnome. Oh, okay.
No, I'm a rock gnome.
All right, you would seem to see that he looks kind of like a rock gnome.
Okay.
But not.
All right.
Okay. A little bit different, but still. I mean, he's a little thinner than what you would be, and basically, what that you've heard of distant cousins being called deep gnomes. In that respect, and that's what he would kind of make you think of.
All right, I'll go over to the direction he pointed at and start browsing the books to see if I can find any maps.
Okay, go. What were you going to say, Epoch?
Oh, before the shopkeeper gets back to his book, I'm going to walk up to him to speak to him. But you can finish the investigation.
No, that's all right. Just Bubblegum, roll me an investigation check.
Cool. Investigation. Intelligence. All right, +3 I get for that. Nice. 13, 14, 15, 16. 16.
Oh, okay. You'll be fumbling through that pile of books for a while.
Okay.
As far as that, now back over to Epoch.
Okay, so he's like, watches the other one gnome leave, starts to go back to his book. I kind of take a step up and I say, hello, good sir.
He'll say, yes, how can I help you? You look tall.
That's because I am tall.
Oh, that's maybe a good reason why you look tall.
I say, have you seem to be learned in the fantastical?
Oh, I just have a smidgen of true knowledge. But what I lack, one might find in my store.
True. But if you happen to have seen any symbol that looks like this, I would much appreciate it. And I use silent image to produce the symbol,
Which symbol?
an artistic sketch of one of the symbols on the, but probably the dragon one.
And let's see here.
By the book, I mean the book at the from the cave that we came from.
Yeah, yeah, the tome. I got you on that. And let's see here. He'll look at it, and you'll see him rubbing his chin, side of his cheek, and squinting at that, and such. And he'll say, "That's a kind of an old one, ain't it? Where'd you see that?"
Well, I found it on a book.
Oh, a book.
I did, yes. So I thought you might. I've been going around to some of the more knowledgeable people of the city. Naturally, came to you.
Roll me a persuasion or deception check on that one.
Right, exactly. Anything that makes him talk about it.
Well, no, it's just that you're trying to
buttering him up.
Yeah,
yep,
that's
I'm
why.
Buttering him up.
So
25.
So I know just how much I gotta go with.
25.
Here. And okay, he'll say, well, let's see what his insight is. He'll say, "Your mother raised no fool, did she? She taught you who to talk with on high and important things.
Yep.
She taught you who to come see, and like that. And I may have seen this thing before." And he'll kind of lean back and say, "What's it worth to you? Knowledge doesn't come free."
Oh, no, not at all. I would say it could be worth quite a bit to me. Do you happen to know where you found it? What book you saw it in? I'd be very willing to pay for that book.
Oh, I don't have that book here. That's up at the last time I saw it. Dumdar, the wizard, found this ancient book in here, gave me a fine price for it. And he was kind of tickled, and he showed me a page out of that book. And I think it might have had that sigil on it or in it. I'm not sure. And you'll notice that he kind of leans the book he was reading, where it's open, kind of more towards you, almost like a catch purse.
Oh, I see. Yeah. The thing is, my character's insight is -3.
Yeah.
So what I do is I kind of look down at the book, it's not this book. And then I go, oh. And I hand him, I say, well, let's see, the normal price for a book, I believe, is like 5 gold. I might be wrong, though. It might be 20. So what I do is what what Epoch does is he puts 5 gold down on the book and says, I think that's the going rate for most books these days.
Well, if they're special books, they can be quite a bit more.
Oh, for sure. But I'll have to speak. I'll have to speak to Dunbar. Sounds like to get the actual title.
And what did you want again? He's scratching his head, sliding the 5 gold towards him with the book.
Oh, well, if you could tell me the location of where he would be at, give directions. I put 15 more gold pieces on the book.
And he'll say, I can do that. But we'll shift from here over to Bubblegum. You've been searching and searching. And you'll come across a book that says that kind of says on it in Elven. You speak Elven?
A little bit, yes.
A little bit,
yes.
Okay. You'll see where it says.
And there was like a speak Slytherin, which is like sort of Fey language.
Yeah, but it's not. But it's not Elven. But it does use similar.
You'll recognize something with that.
Similar characteristics, characters. Mm-hmm. So what you'll see is something about old city.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And then you'll see something that you would think that says Camisnia.
Okay. All right, and I open it up and see if there's any like artwork or like drawings of a map inside.
All right. You'll see.
Because sometimes. Okay, ahead, yeah.
You'll see mostly Elven characters on the pages as you're looking on through it. How long are you going to look through it? This is a fairly thick book. You would estimate, and just for simplicity, I'll tell you that you would estimate it's like you're looking at a 500-page hardback novel.
Okay.
As far as thickness.
All right. I sort of. Is it really big or is it really small?
It's it would be a fair size. It would be probably about 1.5 foot by 1 foot.
Okay, so it's a normal human-sized book, yeah?
Basically.
Okay. I take it to the front desk and ask the bookkeeper, how much is this book?
And he'll look over it and he'll say, that's an excellent choice. Great reading. As far as that, I see that you're a lover of knowledge and such. So, and this author that wrote this has been dead a couple eons. So, this makes it a little bit of a antique. There's some sentimental value. it's been in my family for quite a while as far as that. Let's say 50 gold pieces. And give me, let me roll his. Okay, give me an insight roll.
Okay, insight roll. Insight. I get a +2 on that.
Okay.
Cool. All right. I got a 5.
All right. So you're believing what he's saying about this book.
Okay.
You.
All right.
As far as that, and he'll say. Now, once we got the mechanics part of this, now you can try whatever you're going to try with whatever you're going to do.
Okay. I said to him, that's a real shame. It's a bit out of my price range. Never mind.
Well,
I was just hoping.
Knowledge is a great thing. You have anything you can trade for it?
Well, if you was into gadgets, I could make you something. But by the looks of you, you're into more books than into gadgets.
But do you have anything to trade for it? Maybe we can work a deal.
Okay.
And that way.
All right. She gets her bag, turns it around her front, and like goes inside and pulls out a little.
And he'll go ahead and run his hand down the bag and say, "That is fine work. Where'd you get it?" And you're hearing ding, 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 ding in your head.
I put it away from him. And I say,
"What's the matter? I'm not going to steal nothing from you. I'm just admiring the quality of your bag, lass."
Yes. No touchy. and I pull out a nice, like...
You're a nervous sort, aren't you?
Yes. I don't like people touching my stuff. You don't. It's my
I'd
stuff.
I'd let you touch my stuff in the shop.
Yes, but this is precious to me. Anyway.
My stuff is precious to me.
She opens up her bag. She opens the bag, like make sure that like no one's gonna reach in or like put a hand over her shoulder or anything like that. So she looks to the left, looks to the right, and then digs into her bag and pulls out a tiny music box. The little windy ones.
So there's definitely.
Say what, Epoch? You kind of got robotic on me. Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay. I didn't hear you good and clear on what you said.
I thought it was just my internet connection because
it's lagging there, but
He's super laggy.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not me then, as far as that. I didn't get any of that, Isaac.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
All right. Well, we'll go back over to you, Bubblegum, in a while.
I pull out this tiny little trinket known as a music box. I do up my bag, make sure all my stuff is tightly packed in. Pull the belt strap really hard. Make sure it's really fastened down, and and put it over my back again. And I wind it up, and then I let it play a very nice little melody, like do 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 do.
All right, let me see here.
I say to him, I made that myself. I'm a tinker.
No, I don't want to go that far. I want to check something on that so I know what I'm going to. Let's see here. All right, that's not helping there.
While
Yeah, go ahead.
While Bubblegum is searching through her bag and doing this, can I roll some sort of check to know how much a book is supposed to normally cost, quote unquote?
Well, which book? That would be
like a blank spell book.
a blank spell book. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Would it be like history or something else? Arcana.
Well, let's see here.
Sleight of hand.
No, not sleight of hand. History or wisdom.
Okay. 10.
All right, 10. A blank spell book would. Let me see here. Damn it.
I can look it up if you're just using.
Well, I'm just I'm right there. So for the most part, it would be spell book blank 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
As far as that, and I want to see if they. What I'm looking to see is if they got a music box or something akin to it that I could, or I'll just. Yeah. Okay. They really don't. So I'll just. I'm not going to hold things up trying to find that. He'll turn to you, Bubblegum, and say, "Well, it sounds like it's a little out of tune, and like that, but I don't have one right now. That might bring some of the ladies on in, possibly increase. I can give you maybe 20 gold pieces for it."
All right, fair enough.
Okay. And he'll say, okay, then you got 30 gold pieces, and we'll finish this deal.
I hand him 3 platinum.
Oh.
His eyes will bug open. He doesn't even worry about his book. In fact, you almost think he tore a page grabbing for that and getting that off the table. Almost like, do you know what you're doing here, son? and like that. So you got the book.
Okay. I turn to the bard and sort of say, "Oh, thank you. You didn't have to do that, But it's very generous of you. There's 2 things I owe you now, my good friend."
Sure.
Any other books I can do you for? Any other things?
Oh, I think we've bought quite a few today.
Well,
I might come back here, of course, but
all right.
Just today.
Well, you're always welcome when we're open.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Don't get wet.
I put the book into the bag, stuff it in the bag, and once again pull the strap. Before I leave the shop, make sure it's nice and tight and
all right.
And then
I changed the illusion into an umbrella.
Okay.
It doesn't help at all for rain, but it's not raining right now, so
no, it's not.
I don't know.
It is.
So,
but I make it an umbrella.
So where to now, my friend?
I attempt to follow the directions given to me by the bookstore owner toward Wizard's Walk.
Okay, I'll follow.
All right. You'll go on out the door. You'll take a left. You'll go down that road. That's there. That was in front of the bookstore. You'll see several different shops. You'll smell different smells coming from them. In fact, you'll hear some chants. The further down you go, you'll hear some chants, and then you'll get to where it kind of veers off to like a 45-degree angle back towards the main street.
Okay.
And as you're going down there, you don't see a lot of people. Almost totally vacant.
Okay.
Good.
And it looks just like a normal street.
Pull my shield out and attach it to my arm.
Okay.
I just like hold on to my spanner nice and tightly, which is like my weapon of choice because that's the only weapon she's got, and just hold it.
Right. We walk down into the alleyway.
It's not an alleyway. It's not an alleyway.
I mean, we walk down the street.
The street
towards a wizard's college, tower, hovel, library,
wizard's
park,
wizard's walk, and as far as that, and you believe you're going the exact directions that the bookkeeper gave you. Both of you, give me wisdom checks.
Well, straight up wisdom.
Yep.
Okay.
Epoch, you'll have advantage.
12 plus. Oh, yep. Just 12 then. If it's straight up wisdom.
Yep, just straight up wisdom.
Okay, 12. Because my wisdom is 10.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad I have advantage. 9.
Damn. You're down walking.
With advantage, I had a -1 with the normal roll.
Well, I'm not complaining. I'm just.
Oh, neither am I.
It's you're walking down the street. You see what appears to be an old man walking down it with a walking stick. It would look to you looks pretty ordinary. He looks pretty ordinary. The houses here look pretty ordinary. It's really actually give me also a perception check, each of you.
Okay. I was going to do something, but okay.
Oh, that's all right. Oh, you can do it after this. So I know what I can give you.
Do I
got +5.
also have advantage?
Say what? Epoch?
Sorry, do I have advantage as well or no?
On the perception check, no.
I got a 5.
Okay. 0.
Holy.
So I go up to
right.
this old man and I go, "Excuse me, I think we're lost. Do you know where Wizard's Walk is?"
And
Can I do something now?
yeah, you can do something now. As
All right.
far as that,
Oh, for
hopefully it's
sure, for
something that
sure.
helps.
I gotta
You
do
probably beat
detect.
me to it.
I gotta do detect magic.
Okay. How are you casting that?
I just like I sort of I hold my spanner, sort of thing, wave it around a bit because it's my wand as well. Wave it around, and I sort of like, and it sort of vibrates a little bit, like and I sort of point it towards him, and I go, "What kind of magic are you?"
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. All right.
And this happens way before I go to the old man. Like, because I'm sure the way I imagine this is that I walk toward the end of the street, look both ways. No. Go
Because
back
it's a
the other way.
voice.
Look around. No.
Because, yeah, because
Where's this Wizard's Walk? I don't know.
yeah, because that's what it says. V plus S, which is voice plus whatever. So
yeah, voice and somatic.
yeah,
But really, what I was getting at is, was it? Are you casting it as a ritual or not? Is all.
no, no, I'm
Okay.
just casting it as a normal general spell because it would
Okay.
take too long to cast it as a ritual.
Yeah. I mean, he's an old man, but he's not that old.
All right. So what was your Constitution? What was your Constitution saving throw?
I got a 2 plus 5, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10.
Oh, okay.
But I do, but if it's magical, if something's targeting me in magic, I do get advantage, I think, because I get advantage against magic as a gnome, I think.
No, not for this.
Okay.
Because this is an effect of you casting your spell.
Okay, fair enough. But it says I get advantage on wisdom and charisma saving throws when I'm using magic.
Yeah, but
not when you're using magic. It's when somebody casts a spell on you.
All right, fair enough.
So what happens is Epoch, all of a sudden, you see Bubblegum doing her little fairy dance with her wrench and whatnot. All of a sudden, you see what seems to be like you would see in a heat wave. If you, as when we look at when it's really hot and you see
it's like a shimmering in the air. Yeah.
You see that happen. You see Bubblegum kind of fall backwards with her hands on up, and is laying on the ground. Bubblegum, roll me a d6.
Okay. 4.
Okay, you're down for 4 turns.
Ouch.
Unconscious.
All right.
What happened from your perspective is different from Epoch's. That's what Epoch sees. What you saw was this immense, bright, overwhelming flood of auras just throw itself right back at you from all around you. And that's what caused your system not to be able to adapt and sustain it. Then you just faint and you're out for those 4 turns.
Okay.
So I go over and like, "Oh, are you okay? What's wrong?" kind of thing. And
by the way, By the way, when Epoch is checking you, you hear ding, 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 ding in your head.
I'm like shaking your shoulder. Actually, that's probably true because not only that, but I check to make sure that nothing has been stolen or damaged or something with her bag.
Yeah, because each of you had one of the sigils, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, all she has in her bag basically is a blacksmith's tool set, a tinkering tool set, and basically, and her spanner, and her 5 pieces and her 20 pieces of gold that she got from selling her wind-up toy.
And well, you didn't get 20 pieces of gold.
And your coin purse.
You got your coin purse in there. You didn't get 20 pieces of gold. It was taken off the price of the book of the 50.
Okay, fair enough. She's got.
But you also, if I remember from the last game, you said you put the sigil in your backpack. And that's a 2-foot black sigil.
Yes, it is.
So that's also in there, just to keep in mind.
So that's what I check. Like when bubblegum falls, when bubblegum falls over, that's when I check and be like, what just happened there? And and I would roll a medicine check, but my medicine check is -3. So I roll it, I shake you a lot and say, "Hey, are you okay? Are you awake? Are you okay?" And that's why
I guess. And I sort of respond saying, "Yeah, I guess it's overwhelming magics."
And by the time the 4 turns are done, the old man is kind of walked on by.
Okay. I get up. I sort of get up and I check the bag.
Okay.
I check the symbol that's in there, see if it's broken.
It's a little less than perfect.
Okay. I cast mending on it.
All right.
I mend it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that it's not that big a deal. It is wax, so and you have fairly recent knowledge of what it looked like, so you should be able to make sure it gets back into the last memorable state that you had it.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna look. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look for the old man, but also for a building that would be appropriate. Right.
They all look kind of like common buildings for.
Yeah, that's probably what I do actually. It's like over to a nearby building, one that maybe doesn't. If there's one that doesn't have a no soliciting sign on it, pretty much, and I'll knock on the door.
None of them have no soliciting signs on them.
Okay, I'll knock on the door on one of them.
Okay.
I stay with the bard and stay behind him, type thing. Keep an eye out for unusual wizards.
When you knock on it, you don't hear no sound.
Do I feel it?
Yes, you feel it.
But there's no sound. Because I'm a brilliant magic user, I'm going to knock again. What?
Oh, okay.
Hello? Is anybody in there?
You don't hear no sound from the knock. You still feel it.
Okay. I'll roll investigation after that. I go.
And then after you say, "Is anyone in there?" All of a sudden, on the door, there appears a mouth and asks, "Who do you seek?"
A wizard of repute.
what do you want with such a busy and important person?
I use silent image to project the symbol of the dragon again to the mouth, and I go, I have something. This I want to show something to them.
And there's a pause of silence and whatnot while after you do that and say that. Bubblegum, what are you doing during this?
I guess I'll just keep an eye out for, like, I'd sort of hold my spanner really tight to my body and just look around, being very, very skeptical about this place. And yeah, I just, and I say, lots of high, powerful magic around here. Lots of, and yeah.
When you say that, you actually, at that point, you notice that the loud sounds from the main streets you don't hear.
Mm-hmm.
The sour, stale smells from the city streets that you were smelling before, you don't smell. Almost smells clean and pleasant.
Okay. No, I sort of like. Does the door have eyes?
No.
Just a mouth.
Yeah, that's why I show the silent image and say this, and I'm like,
I say to the door, we look, yeah, we have something great and magical and very knowledgeable to show to this wizard.
The mouth will say, what is it?
It is an ancient symbol that is a very ancient dwarven language that has been forgotten for many years. Basically, and I say to him, basically, the symbol I found was on a book that had unusual metal known as titanium.
Titanium? No, it didn't.
adamantium.
Adamantium, yeah, adamantium.
Totally unobtainium, whatever. Magic metal.
Magic metal.
But it'll go silent, and it will stay there for a minute, and roll a persuasion check.
Okay. All right. I'm going to spend another advantage because I got 2.
All right.
Woohoo! I got a 15.
I see it.
Yeah, 15 plus plus 0. Yeah, 15 on the dot.
And the door will open on up.
Mm-hmm. All right. I slowly like touch. I slowly go into the door, holding my spanner.
Oh, okay. And you're in this alcove.
Mm-hmm.
That is there.
Mm-hmm.
And you well, you're around, Deepak?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry.
What do you no, just I'm trying to figure out the best way to handle this. Door opens up, you see bubblegum men are on in. What are you doing?
I also enter.
Okay. And let's see here. And you're in this alcove that's about 20 foot wide, 40 foot high, looks uniquely carved out of a grayish stone with different symbols and such. Uniquely carved, like embossed and out and such. And and let's see here. I want to make sure I get this right. Right here. Okay. And you go on in and you're both in this alcove. What are you doing?
As I go in, I say, "Hello, anyone home?"
And you'll hear a faint voice that seems like it's hundreds of yards away.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right there.
Okay.
Stay right there.
I don't move, and I don't touch nothing.
And
does this voice sound like a fairy to me?
No.
Okay.
No,
it's not that small.
Not that small. No, it's just small because of distance more than anything.
Okay, sounds good.
As far as that, and as you, what are you doing, Epot? You step through, right?
Yeah, I stepped through the door.
Okay, the door shuts behind you. Then once both of you are through,
I jump. Surprised, and then I kind of look around. Is there lighting in the room?
Right at the moment, no, there's really not. And as you jumped and looked around behind you, you would not see the door.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I just sit down because the only thing I have to create light is a fire, and that seems like a bad choice.
Well,
so I still have dark vision, but I'm just
it's
down.
It's not that dark where you can't see with your dark vision.
Right.
As far as that, I mean, it is dim light that's in this alcove just because of the size of it, and it's covered. And you start seeing coming your way this old man with what looks to be a plain walking stick coming your direction.
Okay.
And he's moving kind of slow, but eventually he gets there. He'll say, "What can I do for you?" in an old sounding voice. What is this powerful thing, magical thing you say that has ancient dwarven writings?
I'm just going to take it out of my bag.
Yeah, I also take out the wax ceiling as well, and show him. And also, I undo my cape and show the back of my cape, the inside cape of my cape, because I took a fine print, like a rubbing of the actual sybil as well.
The charcoal rubbing, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. So he'll be looking at that. And let's see here. Oh, we can give him my vanish. You better need it. Okay, that's a little better.
I mean, I can speak Dwarven, but I can't speak ancient Dwarven.
Well, it's not ancient, to be honest. It's not ancient Dwarven.
Oh.
It's so old that it's not counted as Dwarven anymore.
It's before all that, but
it's like saying, yeah, I speak ancient English when you're referring to Latin.
Yeah. That's a good analogy. As far as that. But and he'll be studying it, and he'll ask, where did you find this?
Well, we found this in a cave, and basically it was on a pedestal, and the book itself was big, really, really big, and very, very heavy, made of metal, an unusual metal I'd never seen in my lifetime.
That amount of it, at least, yeah.
Yeah, it's still there. It's from my recognition, but it's very powerful and very magical. I mean, when I did detect magic, it blasted me so brightly, I almost come blind.
It was in the forest to the northeast.
Mm.
There was some sort of fight happening between monsters and armies, presumably because of this item.
Let's see here. Will he be evil?
I mean, we're telling the truth.
No, it's not that.
It's whether he knows things. Yeah.
It's is the thing.
How high of a level of a wizard is he, in other words?
Well,
or how intelligent of a wizard is he?
Indeed.
Or if it is a spell that's in his repertoire.
Well, if he's a level 20 wizard, then he's a god.
Yeah. People always say that until they meet real gods.
Let's see here. I'm trying to see what because he has that. No, not doggone it. Oh. And you'll see him making certain hand movements and chanting. He reaches into his pocket and he brings out some old bones and toss them out and such, and studying them. And
while he's doing that, I lean over to Olga and I whisper, I've heard there's kinds of divinations with bones.
And he'll turn and he'll say, all I get is that these are old sigils before the the creation of the gods themselves, while the forming of Areawood itself was being done. Much more than that, and I don't get from this. Where did you find such a tome?
Forest to the northeast. There is some runes there.
Wow, ruins. I wonder if you found. We have to get the sages and maybe the elder bard. They may know more about what these attach to. Can you give me more information about this? What was it made of besides this strange metal? How big was it?
Were the pages made of mithril or something else? I asked one of them.
It was a very basically.
You guys didn't open it.
But no, we never opened up the book. But the book itself was absolutely humongous, bigger than I ever seen. Like really, really big. I say gigantic size.
The kind of book a dragon or a titan or a giant might have.
Well, yeah. And you'd be able to tell them that it was 20 foot long.
Mm-hmm. I think it was 20 foot.
10 foot wide and 4 foot thick.
Yep. I tell him that.
And it had the bindings were of the adamantium there, the strange metal. The book cover was a gray, stony book cover type thing. And what you would be able to tell as far as the pages from not opening it, but because you got 4 foot view of it on the edges, that it was the pages were a strange brownish red material.
Yeah, and that's what I described to him.
And he'll be there pondering.
I also heard some rumors. It could be unrelated, but it was in the same area, so there's a chance. Some other group of individuals had sought this out or found it, and other adventurers. And I didn't know them personally, but what I had heard was that when they had touched it or attempted to open it or do something else to it, they vanished from that location and were sent to a far off place, and had gone to the city further to the north, where the Unnamed Adventuring Guild office is.
Those are power. He'll say that's power. That's powerful magic to do that. That's a powerful protection ward placed upon it. There must be great value, great power or knowledge inside that.
Indeed. And I'm afraid you will never be able to get it, your hands on it.
We must We must gather our brethren together and devise a method to at least secure it. You said there were monsters trying to take it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But due to its great wards of magic, no doubt these monsters have been teleported or, well, scattered away from it.
Assuming they've reached it.
Yes.
There was some armies who were trying to prevent them.
Maybe our guard post up there on the road between us and Illumina may have be there trying to take care of this threat and not know what they're defending as far as that. What kind of monsters were they battling?
Ogres, I think.
Ogres, kobolds.
There was
all sorts of
some sort of
things.
snake person, yes. At one point.
A drow.
All the dark ones. Yes, we have to get a team together to protect it, to keep those dark ones away from it. I don't know what's inside this thing. Maybe the Elder Bard may have heard of some tales of such an old book or something, but possibly the clerics might have some old writings about it also. We'll need to check with them. And
well, I don't mind running some errands for you, either protecting this book or otherwise. But it would take some time. I would need some compensation.
well, compensation, I'm sure if we can secure this, will be formidable for to have this in the hands of the dark ones will not be good for us here in Marywood. I just have that feeling.
I tend to agree.
We'll have to get a mighty team together to go up and put a research team up there and to keep them safe and see if we can open the secrets of this tome. It may be our tomb, but
hopefully not.
What are your names?
My name is Bubblegum Pinkus.
I'm Epoch Tosing.
Such knowledge and hardship of bringing this to us demands a good reward. And he'll say, "Hold on there. Step out of the alcove."
Oh, sure. I think I get up and step out of the alcove.
And follow me. He'll go about 10 foot down further down the hall outside the alcove.
Do I follow as well?
Do you?
Yeah, I'll follow.
All right. And he'll go into this small room and open up a chest. And let's see here. Yes. All right. let's see here. And do any of you have armor on?
I got padded leather armor.
Epoch studded leather.
Okay. He'll pull out from this chest a suit of very clean armor, padded, and hand it to Bubblegum.
Okay. What does he give me?
Padded armor, very clean.
Okay. All right.
It's armor gleaming.
All right. I say to him, "You want to give me this?"
Yes. You don't want it?
Sure. Okay. All right. I take it if he's offering it.
Yeah.
And I say I don't have much gold on me.
No gold needed. And he'll reach in, and you said studded leather, right, Epoch?
Yeah.
He'll give you a suit of studded leather that seems to be a little different than the studded leather that you have. As far as that, and for your records, it's cast off armor, studded leather.
Interesting.
All right. I start to like untassel and untie the levers I got on my back right now, and like I start to change the leather from the leather that he gave me.
He gave you padded because you had padded.
Yeah.
Yeah, not leather. I'm
Okay.
just letting you know.
Okay. I just changed, that one to the one he gave me.
Okay, no problem.
It might take me how long?
About padded to doff and don. Let's see here, padded. It take you 1 minute to take off and 1 minute to put on.
Okay. Do I feel any different?
Not really. It just seems like it's kind of very clean, kind of maybe a little bit shinier.
Okay.
That's fancy.
And well repair.
Yeah, I'll just take it and I'll take what he gives me and just put it in my bag, basically.
Okay.
And thank him.
All right.
For the gift. And I say, is there someone we should bring with this information to in town?
Well,
do you want, or would it be better for you to speak with them?
I'll go see my brother here, and we'll discuss this. And
cool. Yeah, you can keep the wax seal of the markings that we took.
Okay.
Oh yes, please, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And
so that way you can show your brother in, just in case they might think you're lying. So.
Well.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose that is the nature of brothers, but.
Well, wizard. When you tell wizards something, they always think that you're lying. So if you have evidence to back up your findings, then they might show interest.
Well,
Sure, but I was more referring to the fact that brothers tend to play pranks on each other.
Well, this is no prank.
Well, let's make sure that he knows that.
And let's see here. One thing you gotta find here so I can
Get out of
Right,
order,
with the-
wet sigil. No
And-
longer in my equipment.
So with the old leather armor or padded armor I got, I put it. I sort of like put it in my. I put it in a bag. Components.
Okay.
I sort of like. I start to like shred it up and put it into a components bag.
Oh my god.
Hey, I got clean
You're a
padded
vet.
armor now.
I mean,
You're-
I believe you, but maybe just sell it.
You're kind of vicious with your
Yeah.
stuff.
Hey, you
Oh
know.
yeah. Oh,
Do you need to?
I like to keep everything.
Yeah, you're just like, I will hoard everything on the 20 bags I'm carrying.
Where the heck?
One in the front, one in the back, one over
Hey,
the shoulder,
hey,
one over the other
hey.
shoulder.
Hey, I'm
Belt pouch.
I'm an artifactor who has a component pouch, with
Yes.
loads of stuff in it, right?
Yep,
Yeah, but that component pouch won't hold your padded leather or
No.
padded armor, even shredded. There's a size limit to a component pouch.
But at least I'll try to spread out as much as I can to make.
Oh, you can shred it all up. Whether or not you fit it all in there is
Some in the component pouch, some in your backpack, some in your mouth,
the
pockets.
Hey,
type of
hey,
thing.
hey, if my armor, if I ever need to cast armor on myself, at least I can do it.
Perfect.
As far as that, he'll tell you. He'll send some information to you. Go to the Boar's Head Inn and let them know that Dumdar sent you, and to give you rooms.
Can we have a royal seal or some sort of seal to prove that you did send us? Or some
No.
sort of business card? Or,
No.
I mean, they might say they might say I'm lying. So how can I prove that you really did send us?
My word has always been good in Camisnia. If they have questions, they know to come ask.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
And
They reject our offer there at their own peril.
pretty much. Let's see
Fine.
here. I'm trying. Where the heck is it? I know.
You never know these things when it comes to sigils and signets. They're so easily copied these days.
Aye.
All right. Well, I'll have to find that other information that I want to give you guys. I'll give it to you later. We'll wrap this up for now, and
Seems perfect to me.
We'll get this. Yeah, you can.
For dramatic purposes, I would like to ask for a bagpipes performance check just to play at that place. When the commander or whoever is
the sergeant of guard comes in for his his mead, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It's not necessarily targeted at him, but that's the story. Like, I start playing bagpipes there, and he walks in and he goes, gosh. Let me see where whoa. Okay, so I have a 27 for my performance.
Okay. While you're playing that, when you pick that time, he will be highly impressed.
And I'll be asking around where I can find the blacksmith, or where I Basically, I want to find a blacksmith.
All right, and I'll get that information to you. It's down on. They definitely have one down on Wharf Street.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably go down there and offer my services for work.
As far as that, but we'll roll this on up. I know it wasn't a combat heavy at
That's
all.
fine.
Worked great. It was fun.
Works great for me because I'm a squishy.
But it progresses it. It allows us to get the team that may be needed to go back up there and such. You got a little bit more information, at least on one sigil.
Yeah, honestly, we probably give them both. But
well, I know you gave them both, but you only asked about the one.
About the one, right?
That's why I'm saying on one sigil.
Yep.
As far as that, and that was to the bookstore owner.
That's true. That's true.
On that piece, as far as that, so that sets that up. We'll get some more of the metadata data out to you because right now I got the I'm having the city mapped professionally.
Ooh, fancy.
As far as that, and I contacted the person for it prior to the holidays and told them we'll get back at it after. So,
oh yeah, of course, that's
as far as that. So I don't want to get too much, but I wanted to look up the message I shot them to make sure that I didn't mess up anything there with you guys. And I'm pretty sure I gave what I needed to keep the game going and like that. So let me
good.
see here. I'll stop this Facebook Live stream.
Honestly, oh,
What?
Oh, I have some other stuff I have to get to as well.
Okay.
So if there's any extra information, you can just send it to me. But
yeah, there'll be a little bit. I'll get it together, and that way next time you'll have it. We're at a good point to kind of wrap it.
Seems good.
And like that, and then where we can have other people reasonably enter on in.
Seems good. Two last things. The experience is 1, presumably.
Yeah,
From normal session.
Yeah.
And Epoch has reached 5th level, so he's no longer in the 1 to 4 level range.
And for right now, that's easy enough to work to stay with the arc. I can have that stay.
I didn't know if you wanted to.
I kind of would.
I'm level 4 myself now. Yay.
Yeah. So we're getting pretty close, but
yeah, but there again, it works out all right because there's only 2 of you here so far. So yeah, and let's see here. So I'll stop the